Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is July 16th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, we had a really nice day here at the Oil Trading Group. If you can take a look up there at the top where it says P&L on the CL, we were up 46 ticks on the day. That is on a one lot, a single lot. I'm also going to show you a 75 tick trade of the day video here. So if we are only up 46 ticks on the CL here, and we had a 75 tick trade that I'm going to show you, you can assume that we had a couple of losing trades today prior to getting into the big winning trade, and that is indeed the case. So I get asked sometimes, well, the only videos that I see are the videos where you have positive trades. And yes, the point of the videos is to show you that you can hold on for big targets. One of the biggest questions I get, and one of the biggest areas of development for traders that I talk to, is their inability to hold on for big targets. And so I have a YouTube page filled, like you see here today on this YouTube page that you're watching this video. I have a YouTube page filled with videos showing you how to hold on for bigger picture targets, how to hold on for big targets. Today it was a 6.8, almost 7-to-1 risk reward trade. It is our levels that allow us to do that. So when we get into a trade, our trading philosophy is really simple. When we get into a trade and it stops working, or it's not working the way that we want to, we get out. And when it is working the way that we want to, we try to ride it as long as we can. And so today you had a little bit of both. All right, I'm going to show you here how it is that we were trying to get short, and I got stopped out a couple of times along the way, waiting for the market to unhook and release, and eventually it did. Now the target, we get trail stopped out at 68.71. I'm going to show you how we were actually holding on for a target all the way down to 68.14 and how the market actually gets there. So first things first, let's talk about the trade that we got into here today. And let me get the mouse over here. All right, so one of the things that we talk about is our levels. These levels allow us the ability to get into the market. So we have basically two sets of levels that we look at. We look at what we call our structure signals levels, and then these are formed up after the pit open. So if I were to turn, I will just come back here, and I am going to turn on so you can see where the pit open is. That blue line represents pit open, and you can see how these dynamic support resistance areas formed up after the pit open today. And so what we look for is we are looking for the idea of what we call kick the signal and pay the target. But today, having opened up underneath this structure signal and with all indications pointing to the downside here, we were really biased heavily to the downside today, and we were going to be looking to hang on for this bigger picture target down here at 68.14. That was the target that we were looking for. Now, on the video, you're going to hear me talk about this structure target as being the place that we were going to initially look to take our profit, but we also talk about, and we talk about this every day, that if the market is really moving aggressively, then we try to take advantage of that by holding on for the next step underneath. And so that's what we talked about here today. So you're going to hear me say we're going to look to target down here at 79, when in actuality, as we were beginning to get into this trade, we were looking to hang on for this bigger target down here at 68.14. Market opens up here, and again, it is in this area where we were looking to get short. Market comes down, comes back, and you can see that it was in this chop zone from about 8 o'clock a.m. until really about, you come back up here, really until about 9 o'clock, 8:45. We had a couple of small trades with some small stop outs. You can see these long wicks. Let me spread this out, makes it a little easier to see. You can see how this market was chopping around just a little bit. So we got chopped around just a little bit here to start out the trading session here today. And that's why you're going to see that I am only up 46 ticks, despite the fact that I took a trade that was a single trade on one lot for 75 ticks. And that's why you will see that here. So let's talk about what we were looking at here as the market was beginning to sell off. Again, we kept talking about the fact that we were looking to get down into this 54 area. Sorry, let me turn these on here for a second. I'm going to turn off the after open levels and turn on the overnight levels. And it was right down here at 54 where we thought we would find some initial support. Market comes down into that 54. That's exactly what happened. Market comes down into 54. Rallies back up just a little bit, and we said once we get past 50, we should be expecting that move to the downside. Now, the market rallies up here and it's on this little break back up that we get trail stopped out, comes all the way up here to 84, and then the market begins to kind of rotate around and comes all the way down. Let's turn on this level again here now. Comes all the way down to that 14. So really we got chased out up here around this 85 to 86 level, comes back up, and then market ultimately comes down into this level here. And then as the day has progressed, we've come down to extension 2 all the way down through. So again, we had a really good entry up here at 69.47. We were right in this area, and the market, well, if we could have figured out how to stay in for this entire time, if you look right up here, we'll just mark it about right here, right to the low of the day here so far, has been 188 ticks. As it is, we picked up 75 of those ticks on our trade today. So again, I just want to let you, I want to make sure you understand, I guess, when I tell you that not every trade is a winning trade, and not every trade today was a winning trade. In fact, we only had one winning trade. It was a positive trade for 75 ticks. That's on the CL. It was a positive trade for 75 ticks and erased some of the losing that we had done early in the session. You got to keep in mind that these are one lots, low risk and high reward. That is the objective that we try to strive for in here every single day. So this trade lasted quite a bit of time. So what I'm going to do is show you how we get into the trade. I'm going to cut that trade down into pieces. I'm going to put some music behind it, speed it up, and then I will show you where it is that we got out, and you'll be able to compare the P&L on the video to the P&L that you see here on this discussion. So again, as always, I want to say thank you for the interest you have shown here at the Oil Trading Group. And without further ado, I want to show you the OTG trade of the day. 46 short on the CL. Stop. 57. Target 79.